that Mr. Brennan and Mr. Chauncey did tough act to follow. I have the distinguished privilege of talking for the 6 other Reilly siblings who this scholarship has been dedicated for. My friends at law firm said I wouldn't be able to get through this without being emotional. I didn't expect 30 seconds in. So I also, obviously, in addition to Dave coming from Dallas, and Roy coming from a 10-minute car ride away.
27 minutes. No one's counting.
Your directions are still the same. Still the way I had. You got your license at 29. A lot of people from the law firm that I work at that are here too, and it may be a little bit surprising why would they come from DC for the most part in New York. And I think the folks I work with put it best that it truly is a full circle. And even folks who've never heard of Roxbury Latin before can appreciate that 5 Reilly kids graduated from Roxbury Latin with the full generosity and support of those people we never met. And we all went on full scholarship until Tommy came. I'm not going to guess a year. A lot of folks in West Roxbury thought that Roxbury Latin was just unattainable. You can't go there. It's a shining city in the hill, great academics. It's moderately expensive, and how could we ever go? And the generosity and support of those folks, alumni and others who we've never met, allowed 5 Reilly kids to go to an incredible school on full scholarship, and it's just so heartening. And we all so much appreciate that we're able to give a little bit back to kids who don't have the means and can go to an incredible institution. And at the same time, knowing Circle of Life, honor our mom who just gave her professional life to Roxbury Latin. She really did. I didn't know it was 21 years. I thought it seemed longer to me, but Roxbury Latin was, when Tommy came and Michael came and then Jimmy came, it was Mark and I, this was our playground, as you guys know. We came here every day after school and we ran around and got chased by Mr. Shaughnessy.
Not before 9.
I was doing my homework by 9. And so it's incredible. And so the school, as I gave Mr. Kerner a hug, I said, thank you. I think you gave me my only B when I was at the school. Most of my grades are C- and C's and C+. And so Mr. Kerner, I do thank you so much. It's an incredible institution, which I think I appreciate, and maybe my other brothers and sisters appreciate so much more now, how it prepares boys and soon-to-be men for life. I personally went to Colby College like Mark did and just excelled incredibly academically because I was doing homework with the brightest around for 6 years. And so when I went to Colby College and people were getting all A's at public schools, I realized, wow, I can actually really do well. So maybe I should have got a B- every once in a while. And so it really set me up for life. And I appreciate this institution, this school now more than ever, because of what it does and its commitment to, of course, robust academics, and also the fact that they have this community service and commitment to serve others, because the people at Roxbury Latin are very likely going to have more opportunity than most anyone else in the country. I mean, it's that simple. The way they prepare them, how tough it is to get in. It really is an amazing institution. They take the fact that they have some of the most talented kids in America and then teach them this public service and commitment to serve others and commitment to serve those less privileged and maybe less talented and those who have less opportunity. So I appreciate Roxbury now more than I ever did. My family does. And our mom represents Roxbury Latin. As I said, she gave her professional life to Roxbury Latin. And the 2 things that really strike me about her job here is that her work ethic. As both Carrie and Bill said, just remember those phone calls, and I got to give Teresa credit for this because I really didn't remember until 2 days ago until she actually gave me this number. But I do remember vaguely. But the phone calls where she set up the thousands of applications, writing down her little grid, making calls late at night. This was a mother of 7 children. and a dad, of course, who worked as hard as anyone. And just seeing that work ethic and saying, this is my job, I'm committed to the school. And I know my mom and dad combined think so highly of the school. I mean, this school gave the 5 Reilly boys the opportunity to have a type of life, a type of opportunity for us and our kids that they did. My mom and dad, you know, poor kids of 4 Irish immigrants. And they worked incredibly hard. They, you know, we weren't throwing in money. And as I was thinking, you know, we'd get 1 box of Captain Crunch a week, and with 7 kids who ate all the time. Poor Michael, who was the oldest, never got a bowl. I think one day he set his alarm at 5 a.m. just to have 3 bowls. Mark and I always ate them. My mom and dad instilled, you know, faith, love, commitment to family, commitment to public service, and always making sure we're sensitive to those who have less. And so my mom and dad's work ethic and my mom's commitment to Roxbury Latin in terms of what she did was incredible. The second thing that I think my mom stood for Roxbury Latin was giving every kid, every boy a chance. And I think of people like our family and Roy. Mace came from incredible wealth. Roy, our family. And just finding the unpolished gem, going to Mr. Chauncey, Mrs. Smoyer, Mom, going to all those coffees and teas in neighborhoods in Boston that most people wouldn't travel to, and saying, we're going to find people who can survive and thrive at Roxbury Latin, and we're going to give them a chance. Their grades, their parents, a single parent might not show up with a nice suit, might come late, because they had to take 2 buses in the T, DC to not the Metro, the T. They might come 20 minutes late, so what? Our mom was going to give them the best chance and say, let's take a look and find that hidden gem. Let's give every boy, especially ones who don't come from families with advantages, the chance that Roxbury Latin gave her 5 sons to. And that to me represents more than anything else what our mom did for this school. It's like every kid gets a chance. And it really was touching. She changed a lot of lives. Changed our 5 kids' lives, and changed Roy's life, and many people like us. And that's her legacy. In addition to the scholarship, that is her legacy here. And I think it's so incredible that she wasn't a professor of chemistry with a cheer faculty member. She was the first assistant director of admissions who became the face of the school. And that's who every boy and parents met when they first came here. And so I just think it's so fitting on behalf of the 6 other Reilly siblings that now, long after, even though she has 28 years left in this life at least, long after she's gone, that Roxbury Latin will have a scholarship in her name. And it's such a pleasure and a privilege for the Reilly's kids to do that. And one last thing I have to say, in addition to love, faith, commitment to family, and commitment to service that our mom and dad just instilled in us. If you talk to the 6 Reilly kids, they're all probably going to say a different thing about, you know, what you remember most and what made her so unique. And I just remember when Mark and I were caddying at Charles River Country Club, Jimmy was chasing golf balls and tennis balls. Michael worked at Armstrong Chemicals that probably should have been closed down 40 years earlier. Regina and Teresa worked at Value Village, which wouldn't even be in our Dollar General Market product guys, for those at Simpson Thatcher. And Tommy painted houses, just like you're as good as anyone. And you can do whatever you want. And education will give you and your kids the opportunity that no one else in our generation has had. You may be the all grandchildren of poor Irish immigrants, but through education and through sacrifice, you can have a life and opportunity that no one else can have. Roxbury Latin was a critical part of that. Mom, it just instilled pride in us. It doesn't matter how you grew up, what their parents have, what job they have, you're as good as anyone and you do what you want. And that's what Mom and Dad gave us. It's all 7 kids. And that's what Roxbury Latin represents as well. So it truly is a distinct privilege to have a scholarship from Mom. I do, again, on behalf of all the Reilly kids, we view it as a privilege, and we thank you, Carrie, for letting us do this. Because even if we set up 18 more scholarships, Roxbury Latin will still have given us a lot more than we ever got back. So Love you, Mom and Dad. And